Alright, so part 3, dudes. Part 3. Thanks for joining. The last time, what we have done is that, like, we have killed Logarian. I actually had, like, an issue with my VOD. YouTube got angry that I was using Age of Mythology soundtrack, so that's kind of bad. That's my bad, me being a doofus. Apologies for that VOD. This is going to be the part 3, and in this one, I think we're going to be running the rogue dungeons. So we will start from, like, Bastion of Chaos, which we need, like, 80 bits of, like, vitality, more so chaos resistance, and some sort of, like, fire resistance as well here and there. And then from there, I think we're gonna transition into maybe even Port Valerie later on. And I'm also considering running, like, a Steps of Torment, so that, like, we have the missing reputation with the rowers as well. I'm okay farming it. We have 46, in fact, scraps, so that is okay too. The next quest that we have taken from the story is, in fact, starting Ashes of Malmouth. I don't necessarily think that we should start it right now, because there's, like, a couple of things that we could finish. I also want to check out, like, my devotions. On the devotions, we were going for the Bard's Harp. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. We'll see how our damage is. If we are lacking the damage, we could definitely build up towards, like, the all-around side. If it's still going okay with the damage, we should probably at one point get the Assassin mark before Elite. As I said, like, the minus resistance is really good. Minus physical resistance, definitely really good. For now, our main proc is Falcon Swoop.
Chat, if you guys leave the channel,
and that's alright.
You have to leave your browser
Galaxy
running.
with the sub as well.
100%, or I lose viewers. Can't have that.
Galaxy, how is it going? Thank you very much for subbing. Welcome to the Lurker Lounge, brother. Here's some tomatoes for you. Get the tomatoes in the chat, you guys. We're getting really close to that 100 subs. It's insane. So, after the minus resistance, as I said, like, if you're missing some offenses, we could definitely build up towards the all-around. But what I'm gonna say is that, like, I think we're gonna build up something else, and we become a little bit more overall. Something like Solemn Watcher is okay-ish. Maybe we can complete, like, this one. Something maybe like Chariot or something like more overall, and then see if we are missing DPS, and if we are missing DPS, we go back and respec, okay? That's how we're gonna deal with this. So I won't build up to Oleron, just not yet. I don't think it's necessary right now, definitely not. We have really good offenses. Let's start with Bastion, guys. Before entering Bastion, like, do I have a Chaos Resistance potion? I do. I don't think I need anything else. Should be fine. Galaxy is saying, very awesome channel, and the community is great too. Wish I had subbed sooner. Thank you very much, Galaxy. My pleasure. I really like our community as well. What are the tomatoes? It's just celebration. Just celebration. For the YouTube as well, we can show it. The tomato mills right over here. Simply, one thing that I can suggest is that, like, this is something that I still keep on doing. Before entering Bastion of Chaos, you might actually need a skeleton key, just so you know. You might need it. I'm like, this is not confirmed, but there's a legend saying that you might. Yeah. Let's see if we can craft one. We're sitting on a new account, so yeah, we can craft it. We can craft it. Let's get like 2, maybe even like 3 skeleton keys here. We're gonna run Port Valerie as well. I'm really curious how Port Valerie is gonna go. How's it going, Zona? Welcome. Yeah, I was building towards this, right? The Spectral Wrath. That's going to be pretty big. Definitely. The game is like giving me the exit immediately. Turn back when you can. Guys, there's a one-shot chest in this place. if you would like to take it. I don't necessarily know the exact spawn points, but there's one spawn point right at the middle, that's for sure. And since we are on veteran, and since we are trying really hard to optimize our character to the limits, we will search for the one-shot just before entering Bastion of Chaos. There's a chance that I skipped it. I'm gonna like walk over there. For some reason I remember it's another spawn right at that corner. Might be wrong obviously, but I'm gonna check it out. It's better to. It's not here. Just for like a little bit of like observation, we could check out like what sort of multipliers we are sitting on right now. When it comes to like physical and internal trauma. So my physical is 660 and trauma 620. Honestly, for this level, it is quite high even in my opinion. I need the ship claw really bad after what I have done. This is the one-shot chest of this place, the Exalted Stash. Now, if you, like, on top of this, if you really want to try hard, there's also 100% treasure trove spawner here. Like, it's not only one time, it's every time that you reset your game and enter this place. If you would like to, you can search for it every time as well. That also depends, like, how many dynamites you have, and if your account is new. If your account is fresh, I would heavily suggest you to hit as many treasure troves as you can, simply because, like, they're reliably dropping you blueprints, and there's ridiculous amounts of blueprints in this game. Right now we won't necessarily hit every single corner. I think I'm just gonna go to the entrance of Bastion of Chaos. Might be a book here. No book. Feels bad. Royal Jelly Essence. Okay. We have a new blueprint, boys. From saying, did you really expect a readable book to fall out of the bookcase after you smash that with an attack? Yes, and that's the case. Sometimes it's there. They random drop lower text in this game as well. You actually could get one from there, depending on like if you have read it before or not, obviously. The other spawn for the treasure show is right where I am right now, I think, but it's not there this time either. Alright, the journey into Bastion. I am so glad I realized that I don't have a key. It was going to be incredibly embarrassing sitting here and realizing we need a key to enter. I mean, I have close to 2,000 hours in this game, and that is something that I still do every now and then. Sometimes it's, I just enter and somebody in my chat is like, you might actually need a key to enter there. this place is really good experience, and this place scales extremely high in normal difficulty. If you want to just min-max your character to the core, like if you want to do some like mid-game farming, if this place is not so dangerous for you, it is one of the better places to farm at the, at the end of your normal playthrough. Definitely. Lots of new people that are jumping into Grimdawn instead of like trying to rush for the very late as soon as possible. They do enjoy taking it slow and consuming it, so, and even farming for mid-game wise. So definitely. But remember, like when you die in a skeleton key dungeon, you get ported out, so you will need a new key to reset it. Debuff from the Harbinger plus the crystals around me is too deadly. Here we go. Open the gates! Oops. Actually, it is getting up to that point, like, where I could... It looks like I could utilize the Warcry. As I mentioned, like, before, if you think that your character is not defensive enough, Warcry, you should be getting it earlier, and it is definitely worth maxing out. When you're interacting with numbers, as a reduction fashion, as percentages that is, it's incredibly important to have just a little bit more percentage every time. So, yeah. Makes a big difference. So maybe like we max out the Spectral Wrath and afterwards we go for the Warcry, we'll see. And on the devotions after the Bard's Harp, I think we're gonna go towards the Blade, so that we have like more minus physical resistance. Hey Sunny, welcome. Quick question, when I build in Grimtoons, is there an option to only show points you put into the skills, not the plus form of the items? There's a way to like understand that. This is kind of weird actually, I don't want to fight there. Those two crystals over there is really annoying, you guys. We can definitely get stuck in between and I'll die in a matter of a second. With the Chaos resistance, it's really OP. Let's just pull them out. There we go. Thank you, Sorok. And can you please write exclamation DK, you guys, for the information for the chat? When somebody asks about XP pots and why softcore, please. Thank you. These markings on the floor are suggesting that there's a trap in this room, just so you know, this marking. It is also, like, you can also understand it from the markings at the gates as well, those things at the pillars. This one's not necessarily so deadly unless, like, you don't hug those crystals. The crystals are actually hitting a lot harder than the NPCs in this place or the monsters. So just try to avoid them and it should be fine. Yeah, of course, Menu. The only reason that we are in softcore, guys, is to have a fresh account. Nothing else. I didn't want to mess around with my save games. Literally the only reason. This is the same marking. Like, if we wait here long enough, we will have a wave of monsters that are swarming in. It's a good thing for the experience. Like, it depends how much experience you're gaining from this. We're gaining quite a bit. I might actually turn back after fighting the boss over here. And just so you know, like, if you're really scared, you can actually wait these crystals out. Like, you don't necessarily need to fight while they're up. You can wait them out, and then afterwards you can pull. That would be a little bit easier, obviously, to fight with. Let's wait for this trap. See, like, how much experience we're going to be gaining. I'm sitting about, like, maybe 55%ish. Let's see. This one usually takes a while to spawn. It is. About like what? Maybe like 10 more %, something like that. Maybe a little bit less than that. It's not so bad, I guess. The chains of anguish. Every step there's a crystal so far. So in my experience, this guy over here that you fight, he's capable of splitting into 3, and when he splits, it's actually a pretty annoying fight. If you can manage to stand in melee range, he does not split, but that also requires quite the chaos resistance, and not every single fight is going to be exactly the same, obviously. Yeah, since we left, he splits. Now this is going to be a little bit more annoying. So if you can pull it off like standing in melee range, it's much easier versus this guy. But sometimes there's like another hero in range. The fight becomes a little bit riskier, for sure. We should learn those royal jelly extracts. Don't want the same recipe to drop twice, so would be a disaster. Ooh, baby. We can like clean the left side a little bit. We're gonna like end up fighting this elite inside this room to the right. But like I don't want to fight him when there's crystals out. So it's a bit easier to like fight him this way. So we might as well just like clear the left side. Yeah, the crystal is gone. Let's get it. Yeah, I actually didn't cast a pool at all. That's awkward. Did we just like gain 2 levels ever since we entered this place? Bastion of Chaos is really good for leveling you guys. Like if you can afford the skeleton keys at the very start, like you can definitely consider doing it. Maybe we're gonna get lucky and like find a really good weapon out of Charged as well. That kind of depends on your luck. But there is in fact a two-hander that can drop. A little bit more fire fashion, but yeah. So this is another trap room, as you can see, like the pillars at the very beginning. Sometimes it's underwhelming, sometimes it's incredibly scary. But the most important thing is to stay away from the crystals. So this one is not the trap room. The other one will be. Crystals and reflecting. Interesting point. I'm pretty sure if I pulled out there, it was death. Had to push forward. And if you have also missed it, that was my first Aether cluster usage. So it did come really handy. Obsidians. Crystals are really deadly. It is really not a joke. It's really crazy. Like, there was absolutely nothing to be scared of there if there was no crystals on the ground. So weird. Yo, what's up, pull up? Welcome. Come on, guys. Ah, there's some secrets here. Did you see, like, my Blitz some sort of, like, push that crystal away somehow? Not too sure how. Okay, so what was it? Putting like 1 point into the break morale is pretty good as well, because like the disrupt effect that is coming from there, it does not necessarily scale with the points that you spend. So it will always disrupt for like 3 seconds. And that also means that they're not able to, like the monsters that are affected by a shout, they're not able to cast a spell for 3 seconds. So therefore they just like run at you. That's incredibly good for like spellcasters, especially in like Act 5 and 6. Extremely useful. You shout and then the entire screen is basically shouted. Everything is disrupted. They all come to melee range and then you destroy them. It's a really, really valuable 1-click. Or 1-pointer. Alright, so this is going to be the second trap room. Since the first one was fake, this one is going to be the real one. Overall, like, I'm actually pretty scared. Not necessarily from Bastion of Chaos, but like for the rest of this playthrough, since like we're out of like Aether clusters at this point. So if you really want to try hard, in my opinion, like you should have a cluster always on your character, so that like when you feel like things are going really, really wrong and you feel like you're gonna die. This is a hard back, for instance, really hard back. Fuck me. Then you can always like use a cluster. You know, they're farmable anyways. Alright. Did we manage to complete a vicious spike yet? I have only like 2 parts so far. Let's check out the NPC as well. I'm missing a lot of blueprints. He might actually be selling a blueprint that I need, or maybe even 2. Let's see. Ooh! Maybe even a weapon, but these weapons are not so great though. Unfortunate. The Frost Shroud Ointment. Let's take it now. Take the Chipped Claw and the Roiling Blood, maybe? Why not? I want to be able to carry anything else. We can drop some of the shields. We're sure that we don't need the shields anyways. Probably doing low-level rogue dungeons, Garker. That's what I would do, but like finding something as specific as that sounds really horrible. Good luck, dude. Just basically cheating at this point. Like, I really don't want to fight Chargel with the crystals up, so... he saw me though. Failures. Yeah, I was too greedy, like, walking towards him when it comes to, like, which crystal I want to activate. This is going to be so much easier once we have the crystals down. Only, like, 2 of them left. He doesn't really have, like, a special weapon in a sense. That is the cool part about Grimdawn. You can definitely see, like, what your opponent is wielding. That is just a normal cleaver, unfortunately. I was expecting to have the mace, so that, like, we can have a cool weapon to level up with, but that's really. So yeah, this is like as safe as you can play. You're just walking away like from every single fumble geyser, let's say, and then you also don't fight until the crystals are disappearing, so that you have like a clean place to fight. But he ends up dropping a War Cleaver that converts to like cold damage, lightning and electrocute multipliers. That's a no-go for us. But this was like a successful run, I suppose. We did not die. Gained about like 3 levels from this. Elixir of the Ancients. So the next one, I think we're in fact going to be doing a Steps of Torment, so that like we can get some Arcovian reputation, and maybe even find an item that we can use to give us like Aether resistance, because like the last one that we're gonna do is going to be Port Valerie, and that's sort of like a difficult one compared to like these two. Also a lot more difficult for me because of my Aether resistance, yeah. So maybe we can fix that in between. We'll see. There's this necklace over here. Fizz Trauma and then Aether Resistance. I guess we're gonna need to use this, but at the same time it kinda hurts. Simply because like we're dropping +1 to everything on Soldier. But at this point I think it's getting a little bit outdated. That's alright. Double the armor, doesn't necessarily give anything else though. Ah, look at this. This is a really good find. Crazy amounts of HP. All damage just a tiny bit. Doesn't really make any difference, honestly. But the Abolish Evil that it gives is quite cool as well. The armor on it is really good as well. So Squad's level 50 apparently. In 3 levels we'll be able to use that. I wish it was giving just a tiny bit of like a resistance of our choosing, but fire resistance is not something that we can use, honestly. It's kind of bad. That's an upgrade though. It's an upgrade. Aether Resistance for the gloves for level 50 with like offensive ability, which is a really good roll as well. PS resistance just a tiny bit. But we will be opened up for stuns. I kind of feel like I want to use that. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a necklace. We have the gloves. And we have a helm. Gloves on the helm requires level 50. Hopefully we'll get to level 50 from SOT. Probably not. I'm gonna sell these boots as well. I don't like it. Let's go to SOT. We don't necessarily need any upgrades to run an SOT, I would say. I'm using that one for the Hour of Sensor. It is a ridiculous leveling item. If you find the level 75 version of this, for instance, that is an item that you can consider keeping, because it will carry you to level 94 helms. I mean, if you have room, by all means keep the level 50 version as well, but... What will the final build for the DK look like? It's going to be a Krieg set. The Aether damage farmable sets. But we will obviously have the problem of like finding the other pieces, you know, like metal necklace rings and like weapons or like a shield, and like coming up with a good build as well. Those type of things are going to be decided on the go. Simply. That's going to be the cool part about this playthrough, in my opinion. The least amount of preparation and like face the problems on the go. We're gonna need to like kill pretty much everything in here because we're doing this for the reputation at the end of the day. And a little bit of loot also, of course. Experience is not that high in here. We're definitely getting like a lot more experience in Bastion. So if you're just gonna do it with like experience, I'm gonna need to reset my game. There's some weird stuff happening. If you're gonna just do it for like experience and loot, if you're capable, just do the Bastion of Chaos. It would be more rewarding for sure. Eric is saying, may I ask a quick review when you got the time? I don't think I'll have time today, unfortunately, tapping out. So we're making a YouTube stuff, so... But maybe someone else is going to help you in the chat, so... You probably still should. Why isn't this trend? There we go. The orb was like still staying. I haven't been using the Warcry yet. I don't necessarily think it's that important to use it at like level 3. You definitely could, but... I think we need about like 10 points into it or something for it to be worth pressing. Do you guys think that like Port Valerie is going to be as challenging, at the very least as challenging as Bastion of Chaos was? Trap resistance 0%. Wish we had a disavow. There's a sneaky treasure trove over here. I'm gonna open it. Guys, how many dynamites do we have remaining? 5? That's okay. Spirit Bane Ointment. It's nice. That is incredibly unfortunate. If you look at it, we have 2 Spirit Bane Ointments, so it would have been a lot better for me to like pick this up, learn it, and then loot the other one. That's sort of stupid. I'm gonna try and not to get tilted here, but yeah. So yeah, when a recipe drops, just in case, like try to learn it as soon as possible on a fresh account. Yeah, that's true. The break morale is pretty good for the physical resistance as well, Manuel is saying in the chat. That's really true. Goes to show that like I'm not necessarily experienced with like late game physical damage dealing. Usually do convert my damage. Don't think I'll play that physical yet. Which is pretty strong for the late game too, by the way, guys. Did it lock back? I kind of want to kill you guys. Shit. Rip. I killed as many as I could. Yeah. Port Valerie is a little bit challenging, yes. We'll see. I don't necessarily recall playing Port Valerie on Veteran, actually. So it might be a little bit over the top. We should be okay. I actually think we should be okay, like if we upgrade some of the armor pieces and on top of that like play it okay and have like Aether resistance. Another thing that I don't necessarily like about Port Valerie is that like it's a little bit bad layouts. You know, pathing inside there is not necessarily the best thing. Definitely not. This guy hurts. If I get trapped here, I could actually die, so... Nice. Didn't realize I managed to kill the caster. Conflagration. That's a nice drop, you guys. Touch of command. So it gives like elemental resistance, cast speed, offensive ability, 300 armor. That's about it. It also has some like pet bonuses which we cannot necessarily get anything from, so... Skeletons for everyone. One thing that you can do, you guys, is when you reach honored with something, you can actually like buy their papers, those writs or whatever they're called. That's gonna increase the reputation that you gain by that faction by like 50%. It's going to be pretty expensive, That paper is usually expensive, but it is at the end of the day worth it. Maybe not with the Kaimans, but for the rest I would definitely get it. Getting to Revered with the factions as soon as possible is really important for the augmentations. Yeah. I couldn't keep him downstairs. We're gonna need to dodge this thing or we're gonna need to kill him really quick. There we go. No. Health Steal only works on attacks that are using your weapon. So when you mouse over a skill, you need to see that like there's a weapon percentage or main hand offhand percentage. There's a spell, it won't utilize the health steal. Unless that health steal is basically coming with a spell or like a modifier, specific modifier to that spell. Bye-bye. Oh. Maybe I should have cleaned that side as well. I'm not really sure. How's our reputation doing, you guys? It's actually getting really close. I'm gonna go back and like clean it because there's a really high chance that we might actually get honored out of this, which is what we are here for. So should probably work on it. We won't get level 50 out of this. Would have liked to be level 50 before Valerie, so we have like a couple of upgrades, especially for the Aether resistance. We might start Ashes of Malmouth, just so that we have that like extra bit of experience that I need to 50. And then come back for Valerie. We'll see. Is this trap room? So close, 500 more. The difficulty difference between Steps of Torment and Bastion of Chaos is like pity big for this character that we're playing at least. I'm guessing it's also because of like the chaos resistance we have, but like most of the time it was deadly when I was close to the crystals and dealing pure chaos damage, so. 325. Can I get enough? I don't necessarily know if Alchemist is like giving like a chunk of reputation or not. Probably not actually. We gained about like 1.5 levels so far, guys, from here. It's not so bad. You're now hated with the undead. That's not what we're searching for. $119. Ah, maybe. I actually thought we were done, other than Alchemist. That is true. I think we're going to be fine. That's pretty cool. That's pretty close to. So you're gonna need to like literally kill everything to be able to get to honored with these guys in Steps of Torment on both runs. And it will barely be enough by the looks of things. I mean, time and time again, like, you don't necessarily need to, like, get that quest. It's alright, but... He's hitting really hard. I kind of want to check his weapon out because of it. 25% attack speed. And cold conversion. I'm pretty sure the 25% attack speed is like the best soul that he's gonna have. Ulda Jack's blueprint, that's really interesting. It's a lightning crossbow for level 50 if I'm not mistaken. 58 lightning crossbow. Too cool. I'm kind of scared of like my game crashing. I'm going to be exiting here. I'll restart my game real quick. I don't want to lose progression. Like if we crash on that loading screen and then like lose the progress, it would be kind of terrible. Revolution is saying, my friend and I are playing together and we are on Elite. We are very close to getting Nemesis with the Ashes of Malmouth Ethereals. Are we screwed if we see a Nemesis on Elite? We are like level 77. I am not going to be spoiling this for you. Stone's Throwaway was answering him and saying, whoever runs the slowest is. That's hilarious. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is not like, even though I prefer going to Port Valerie right now, I think we're gonna try and get to level 50 first. Before going to Valerie, okay? So we start like Ashes of Malmouth, we start the expansion right now. This is a ridiculously good belt for me. It is taking away almost the only chaos resistance I have, unfortunately, but still. PS Poison and Physical Trauma. This is a really good boots as well. We're gonna need to do some peasantry and like fix my... I'm gonna talk myself out of this. We're gonna need to do some peasantry and like fix my special resistances from like components. It is quite apparent because like we have some really good items, but they're replacing pieces that are giving me my only chaos and, you know, Aether and stuff like that, so. We'll need to check out what we can do about it. Level 50, physical, fire and chaos resistance, deadly momentum. The armor is really apparent as well. So we can take the level 50 chaos resistance from this. What else was on the list? Those three. So we have like multiple upgrades that we can check like at level 50, as you can see. We have those gloves as well. I'm not really sure like if they were upgrades or not over what we have. We'll see. Let's start the expansion, get to level 50 and then wonder what we can do about the items, okay? I'm gonna show you like one more spot. This is gonna take a while, but I think it's worth hitting it. As I said, like if you're trying hard, and we have been trying hard with like literally everything so far. We just got on it with the rovers, so maybe we should do that one as well. Alright, so okay, I'm not gonna start expansion, we'll turn back to rovers and take that quest. But one thing, okay? So you get out from the bar bridge, you follow the road and cross the bridge, and then you turn left. If this is blocked, you come from inside this house right next to me. And you go under the bridge. And then you can enter this cave right over here. This is going to be another try-hard one-shot chest location that you can hit once every difficulty. It's a pretty big place. It has good components though, like mutated scales. It also has really random, really RNG, but 2 treasure trove spawn points. Gospbeard is there as well. How's it going, dude? These are not scaling to my level, so it's not a challenge at all. Just need to get the one-shot chest in this place. Then we can TP out to rovers. There it is. The Curse Bearer. He actually hits really hard even though he's extremely underleveled versus me. Just checking the right side if there's another chest in a treasure show. Doesn't look like it though. Sometimes there's multiple treasure show exactly where I am, but this time not really. Would have liked to show it to you. There it is. This is why we have done Steps of Torment twice and like full clear the Rovari Legacy quest from the Arcovian dudes, which is kind of confusing. The first one that we're gonna search for is going to be the Rift in the Blood Grow. I don't necessarily know the Rift spawn points exactly, like pinpoint. I sort of do know them. So most likely to find it. But it might actually end up taking some time, we'll see. So there's a spawn point somewhere around here as well, but I think it's not there this time. Let's go this way. What about here? It's a possibility too, isn't it? Right next to this tree. No? Okay, there's no such thing here. We can kill this guy. So there's one spawn point somewhere around to the left side, I think somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's open the table. Then we go in. Nice. So one thing you can do in here is that like finding the quest item or finding the exit. Sometimes you end up finding the exit first, then you can remember where the exit is until you find the quest item and then you rush for the exit afterwards. Don't really need to like clean this place fully. But if you end up finding the quest item first, like by all means feel free to like, you know, exit the game and then log in again. Because you cannot TP out of here, you know, you're kind of like stuck in here until you find the rift exit, so. If you're just doing this for the quest itself, it's definitely normal to have it. Let's see. I actually don't know what to listen to. Let's see. One more level and then our shout is going to be really good. Oh, one more level actually, we will be level 50, so we'll be able to like use those new items as well. That's going to be really good too. Of course. Chaos damage, too much. I think we can find the exit. It's gonna be somewhere around here, I would say. Don't need to reset. Get this back. The Sky Reach stash. It could actually be in the middle right over here as well. Would the Gwell relic better be better for this? Yes, if you can craft it, of course. We can check it really quick, actually, to answer for sure. It's for like a new account, so at the end of the day, like you might actually need the recipe or not. I don't necessarily know. Pierce, Cunning, physical damage upgrade. Gwell for like level 25. Yeah, this is a pretty easy craft too. This would be an okay item for level 25, yes. It depends. Like at the end of the day, as I said, like it's not that relevant. Both of them are quite good relics. Let's say if you want to craft a relic for yourself, definitely feel free. For the most part, like when it comes to relic spot, like it's empty up until like level 40 or something, until the new player actually figures out that like they could have crafted a relic for themselves. That is definitely something common. Instead, you can just, you know, run around with the relic that I have and starting from Act 2, and that is really, really easy to get to. It's like starts from level 18 or something even. Dude, the chthonic refs are like so rewarding. Look at like how many heroes we're killing. The rift exit is probably like at the very last place that I did not check, or I was just like blind while passing by. Yeah, it was at the like very last place. That sucks. It's alright. Got some experience out of this. Hey Prime? Manuel was saying Bone Talisman is in my opinion better with the all news 100% damage. Energy regen, I didn't necessarily have any energy issues so far with this character, guys. So I don't know about that one. But we can run from Fort Icon for the other rifts. Yeah, I kind of know the places a little bit better if I run from Fort Icon. I'm gonna do this one. But 100% damage on use, like as I said, like if you wanna craft it, craft Quill, it's fine. Which one is better? I don't necessarily know. For single target, possibly. The relic that I'm using is probably better. What you could and what you should do is that like you should take this relic in every single difficulty. And so in Elite you will take this as well, and then in Ultimate you will take this as well. And after you're done with it, you should not delete it and you should put it into your bank. What happens is that when you create a new character, you end up using these relics again, but in this case you won't actually take it from the NPC. You will just take it from your bank, and the most important part is that, look at this one. This one requires level 18, we are level 49. The Elite Trinkets version of like Bone Talisman is level 35 requirement, so we could have been using it for 14 levels now. And it gives 300% all damage. Guess what level the ultimate requires? It requires only level 50 or like 55 or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, it's only 50 actually. And it gives you 500% increase when you use it. It is insane. So when you have all those 3 in your banks, in your stash, never mind crafting anything at all until the very end. Honestly. Like, I could see myself crafting something if I'm playing a summoner, because, you know, all damage doesn't necessarily work on pets. That would be the only way that I would use it. But if it is your first character and if you would like to craft Gwyn, I mean, just go ahead. Like, it's up to you. Definitely. I'm gonna kill this guy. Don't want to go too much to the right side again because of Locksmere. So we checked that location. Now we're gonna walk back to the left side. It's the Aether Blaze. My Aether resistance is so bad. Feels bad. So I guess it's on the last location. We haven't been too lucky with like finding, spawning things. Yeah, it's on the last location so far today. Salowy is saying, sorry, is saying for single targets I use Slem from the Severed Claw. Slem and Force Wave, as I explained at the earlier parts of this video, is not the best combination. Simply because one of them is attack speed, the other one is cast speed. I want you to go for as much cast speed as you can. So, and you're at the end of the day trying to stay away from monsters, also not trying to get into melee range, especially if you play in veteran. You're taking a lot of damage, as you can see. So I did not like the brutal slam. I made like a mistake during this playthrough of like, you know, destroying my Severed Claw on my weapon, so we don't have the brutal slam anymore. And to be honest with you, at this point it doesn't even matter because the buff that it gives is very little. So I'm not gonna bother with it anymore until we have like a better weapon component. I'm thinking about like vicious spikes or something. It's not a bad aura. We'll see. We might check out the weapon components while we're checking out the level 50 equipment and components as well. Why not? So the question is like, do we exit this place or do we want to kill Bane Gargoth one more time? Does it give us anything other than like loot? Might actually exit this place after... I don't know. Let's go through middle. Slam has a cooldown. You just use it like every 3 seconds for the single target, and if you upgrade it to the Oleron, it hits like a truck. True, Oleron is the component that we could go for actually right now. There it is. This was at the right last spot that we were gonna check also. I checked the first spot, second spot, and then the third last one. We're getting trolled by the game. I'll go kill the Bane Gargoth, I don't mind. Is the Oleron's blood something expensive to craft, guys? I'm not really sure if you will have the components necessary for that. I'll check it out. I don't even know if they have the recipe for it, of course, but we might be able to purchase it. Scythe of Tenebrius? It's probably like a summoner item, isn't it? Attack conversion. Chaos. A bit expensive, and I don't think you have the blueprint for it. Manuel, do you know if it's like a random drop, or can we actually like buy it from somewhere? Death Chill and a Spellblade. This one actually gave me 2 blueprints. It's quite rare. Very nice. This is going to be level 50. I think it's a good time to optimize. What do you think? We have multiple items that we can swap before doing Valerie. Or going for, like, you could definitely skip the Valerie if you wanted to. That's just a really good blueprint to find. You could definitely go for AOM at this point as well. Spellblade. Black Legion, I see. Black Legion, but what reputation? We're only friendly with them, so I'm guessing it doesn't matter. That's kind of sad because I've been killing quite a lot of like Aethers, but it requires Vanguard, so yeah, I suppose. The Outcast is on it at this point as well. Like, what you could do is at this point you can go back to the Outcast in Asteria, and she's gonna have a quest for you to go to Bastion of Chaos one more time, unfortunately. And then afterwards you'll actually have a quest to like have Port Valerie too. But we don't really have that many keys though. 2 more keys? I don't know. I'm not really sure about that one. Do I like this weapon? Too much conversion? I don't think so. I think we found that weapon twice so far. It's interesting. Stun duration, quite good HP. It's not so bad. I'll consider it. Metal with HP elemental resistances, and that's it. I like mine a bit better. We have a ring over here. Fist trauma. This is possibly better than the ring that we're using on the right side, so. I'll definitely start using those. These boosts are like ridiculously better than mine as well. So Aether Resistance, health and offensive ability with Doom Bolt and a crit. Pierce and Aether Resistance with offensive ability. 200, 600 armor. Just because of the armor, I think I want to take those. They don't give anything else, but I'm going to take those. We are susceptible to stun now. Abolish evil. That is not too bad. Apparently, I didn't necessarily have a component for my helm so far. Should have definitely had one. I think we could put like a runestone or something if we can craft one. Aether Resistance, 13%. Put that over there. Pants with like... Our poison resistance is going to go down, but we can put like an anti-venom salve. That's alright. More health, more armor. What about this? 600. Health resistance, steady momentum. Some physique as well. That is definitely better too. So the last ring is going to be replacing this. Literally like every single thing that we have kept was like an overall upgrade for me. That's pretty good. Let's take these items out from, like the components out from my items that I replaced. So we can like put new components onto my gear before starting AOM. I have changed some sort of like a progression in my mind right now. We will actually be running Bastion of Chaos again, but not today. What we're gonna do is that we will start Ashes of Malmouth right now, and on the part 4, I think, or maybe even like finishing Ashes, I'm gonna do an Esdias quest as well, and I will complete Bastion of Chaos with an Esdias quest, and then afterwards, we can do the Port Valerie quest from her as well. Why not? Like, literally, we have been completing everything so far, so might as well. This is a little bit too expensive for my chest. I was also considering using like a Chains of Oleron on my chest, which is a good one. I think I'll try to keep a Chains of Oleron. Let's go with like Anti-Venom Salve over there. What's my movement speed, you guys? Run speed is 131, that's enough. So if I wanted to, I can go like another Anti-Venom Salve actually over here, which we kind of need. Like 36% poison resistance is really repeat to start. Ashes in my opinion. Yeah, I think so. We have like 2 6 swatches. 55, 47. How many honor do we have so far? We have like rovers and we have caimans. We have outcasts as well. I cannot believe Homestead is not honored actually. Caiman, rovers, and outcast. How much money do I have? 300k. Probably the rovers is the most important one. Once you're honored, you can actually buy augmentations, these things, and you can buy this one as well. 88,000, but I think we're gonna buy this. This is gonna increase our reputation gain by 50% with throwers. So we can go for like a health 200, elemental damage and HP. No, health 200 is the only thing that I could find from this guy. Let's check the others. What was the others? Caiman and Asteria, I think.
Leave the channel. You have to leave your browsers running, okay? 100%, or I lose viewers. Can't have that. What the fuck? What you guys doing?
EU Things is here as well. How's it going, EU? Welcome to the Dark Lounge. Thank you very much for subbing, dude. Can we get some tomatoes in the chat, please? Really appreciate that, bro. Nice to have you. Alright, so we have like some physical resistance and chaos resistance to the rings. Do you see this? That fixes so many things. I'm gonna go ahead and like buy maybe like 10 of these or something. We can put them over there. Other than that though, I don't think like we have something. A crusher. Cast. mace elemental damage. Not so much, not the elemental damage at least. Guys, we are at 90. Let me just show you. We're at 96 subs, you guys. 4 more to 100. Like, thank you very much. Alright, this is the last reputation NPC that we can check. In Astaria. All these farms, they definitely paid off. Like, we are so much slower, obviously, when it comes to leveling, but our character is ridiculously stronger. But overall, when it comes to the bigger picture, we're doing so much better with the reputations, especially for the first character. When you're playing the first character, it's all about the milestones that you want to hit. Reputations are one of the more pain in the butt one. So this one is not necessarily setting anything, unfortunately, for augmentations. So the stuff that I bought are the only things that are useful for me. We can definitely go ahead and like use them already. That's one there, this one there, this one there, and then that one here. Look at my curse resistance now, 77%. That kind of fixes. So poison is a massive problem right now. Not gonna lie. We can put another anti-venom salve on top of my boots. I think we should. Let's craft one. Put that over there. And
Chad, if you guys leave the channel, you have to leave your browsers running.
Such a beast,
100%,
honestly.
or I lose viewers. Can't have that. The fuck? You guys doing?
And there are some like
Chad,
really cool names in there as well.
You have to leave your browsers running. Okay? 100%, or I lose viewers. Can't have that. The fuck? You guys doing?
Zona, thank you very much, man. You're insane.
Chad, if you guys leave the channel, you have to leave your browsers running. Okay? 100%, or I lose viewers. Can't have that. The fuck? You guys doing? Chad, if you guys leave the channel, you have to leave your browsers running. Okay? 100%, or I lose
Guys,
viewers.
Zona with like
Can't have that.
5
The
gifted subs
doing?
to the community and the channel. And Ilera subscribed
Chad,
as
if you guys
well.
leave the channel, you have to leave your browsers running. Okay? 100%, or I lose viewers. Can't
Yo,
have that.
Zona, thank
The
you
fuck?
very much for those
doing?
5 gifted subs, man. Thank you. Welcome to every single one of you. Welcome to
Chad, if you guys
Kaiman
leave the channel, you
for
have to leave
3
your
months
browsers
even.
running. Okay?
I don't know who's there
100%,
as
or I
well.
lose viewers.
Tweedle,
Can't have
Sorok,
that. The fuck?
and Ben Behemoth. Welcome to every single one of you. And Ilera with the sub too. Welcome to you too, Ilera. Thank you very much for subbing. Holy shit, you guys. Like, 102. If I'm not mistaken, we have actually 2 emote slots open right now for us to like think and come up with something. Okay, so I found another thing over here. It's called the Aether Soul. It's going to be incredibly expensive for us to craft this, but I'm gonna learn it right now because this is something really relevant. It is from respected Devil's Crossing Aether Soul right over there. So we check out the Aether Soul. It requires like 3 crafts, so 3 ectoplasm is really expensive. And it's gonna require 3 completed Wrath Stones. Wrath Stones is something easy to craft if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, here we go. So, Aether Soul. Hopefully, this time I'm not gonna choke. And I'm not going to be destroying my components anymore. But this thing right here is gonna give us the 16% lost Aether resistance that we need. That was a good find. So the only rippy part that our character has like vitality resistance, you can definitely fix the vitality resistance by these things. They're quite easy to come by, the soul shards. I think I'm gonna apply a couple of them. Gonna get rid of this one. I actually cannot believe we don't have a better ring than that. Like, I should be able to find a better ring than this. Give me a second. We're still running around with like the level 5 ring over there. That's just ridiculous. The rings are being sold from the honored versions, not the Anastasia one though. Look at this. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Right? Doesn't really give any offense, but at the same time, it gives like 40 defensive ability, some Aether resistance, 20k. I think it's worth it, man. You can also like craft yourself a ring. Why not? If you want to. Check out the crafts as well, you guys, okay? Before doing this. So we put like... where did I put that shard into? There it is. We put like that one onto it. So how's our resistances at this point? I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna talk myself into like Chains of Oleron here. On top of the chest. So we have only one slot remaining, okay? Let's turn back to the blacksmith. This is the helm. Helm can have like a runestone. Who was selling the runestone, man? I'm trying to remember. Runestone was being sold by like rowers as well, in fact. I want to say. Maybe we can craft this. It's CPing left and right. Same. Runestone, there it is. Let's check out like what else is here. Vengeful Wraith, I don't think I'll use it anytime soon. Mark of Mokjuk Arbalest. Alright, we're okay. Let's go check out if we can craft a runestone for my helm. That's a really, really good component for leveling as well. It's pretty expensive, but maybe, just maybe I can craft it. We'll see. So there it is, the runestone. It requires 3 ward stones. Do I have like an incomplete version of anything? I have an incomplete version of runestone, in fact. That makes it that I only need 2 ward stones. In fact, I can have as many as I want, actually. This was an easy craft. So 2 ward stones into 2 runestones into a runestone and the helm. And the helm is going to give me elemental and aether resistance with armor as well. That is a really, really good component for your helm. Now my resistances are looking so much healthier. I think we're going to be fine in Malmouth. Let's start it. As I said, if you missed it, I was talking about doing Port Valerie, but then I talked myself out of it because I actually want to complete the Pulsating Obsidian, this quest, the Black Heart, which is in Bastion of Chaos again. I think it's going to be a little bit repetitive if we do it right now. Let's just start the Malmouth content. And then on our next one, on the part 4, we can actually do Bastion and Port Valerie. Another thing is that like the higher level you are while you're doing the rogue dungeons is that the better rewards you're gonna get. Obviously it's going to be a little harder to at the very least try to be level 50 so that you have a chance to find a legendary, in fact. I like our damage right now since they're like level 20 monsters. This is like the weirdest layout, I swear. I am so lost. Okay, I was supposed to go from here. Frake is saying, what level should I be aiming for after completing AOM on Veteran? To be honest with you, it's not about the level. It's more about like your resistances and how strong your character is. Just log into Elite and see how it looks. Like, check out your resistances. Act 1 and Act 2 is going to be really, really easy compared to, like, Ashes of Malmouth and Normal at the end, especially to Veteran. Ashes of Malmouth is no joke. Definitely not. But more so than the level, it is more about the resistances and how prepared your character is, I would say. Like, when you log into Elite, if your resistances are like 10%, guys, then, especially Elemental, then it does not necessarily sound too well. Definitely not. In Malmouth, we're going to be skipping quite a bit. Yes, we are not going to be playing exactly the same way that we played lately, especially. If you would like to, you can definitely, for instance, hit this cave up, if you would like to. There are 2 optional caves here, and there's 1 boss in either one of them. We'll do all the quests though. From Enzo, are you still there? I've seen what you said, by the way. Thank you, dude. I'm trying. Might as well do it properly, you know? Flowers for us! Let's see. I actually have this proc finally. It's quite good. Just so that like you see my pathing a little bit, it has been just following the road, literally following the road up until this building, and then afterwards you just like take the some sort of like a tree road, I don't know what to say it, like a tree trunk that you pass into this shrine. Now from there we will actually like follow the west line till we find the quest of the old man. There it is. I don't have time for this. Let me tell you something. Our character is not only really stronger when we were at like level 49, but also incredibly defensive as well. Now we have like basically almost 12 points into Warcry. The next level it will be 12, and then I'll put 1 more into Break Morale as well. It is really big. And also our resistances are looking better, our armor is looking really better as well. HP a little bit more as well. It's pretty good. Corpse Desecrator. It sounds good, but it's not for me. So this was the second optional dungeon that I was talking about. The first one is over there, the second one is over here. This one has like 2 entrances. I think there's 1 more entrance there. And there's 1 boss that is spawning in either one of them. Yo, what's up, cousin? Yeah? No, I'm good. I'll eat at father's. We're gonna have like family dinner tonight, guys. It's gonna be good. Always try and like hit the stumps. Valuable little flowers, even though we are quite unlucky so far. Alright, so one thing that I really like utilizing is that I really enjoy dropping portals and then coming back to them. So we're gonna drop a portal over here. This is the cave that we need for the quest. But like we will come back to it instead of walking out again. Let's see. A question to my chat actually, like how big do you think of an impact has the minus resistance, physical minus resistance in the very early game, like at the very least where I am right now, this thing that gives to me, the Assassin Blade. What do you think the impact of that? Do you think it would have been so much better if I was going with it from the start instead of the Falcon, I think what it is, right now? Manually saying, I would say so. The thing that I'm regretting right now is not the fact that we didn't necessarily use it. It's the fact that we didn't level it. That is annoying me a little bit. So I might go ahead and like say that this is our second mistake throughout this playthrough. The first one was obviously, you know, destroying the severed claw. Guys, be really, really careful if you want to place secure. Be really careful when you have the vulnerability debuff. That is when you usually die in this game. Look at my debuffs right now. We have the vulnerability. You see that? If you want to play it incredibly safe, don't try not to take any damage while you have vulnerability. That's what it is, basically. Rits are expensive. I'm broke now. Yeah, they are. Wait till you see the price of experience potion. We have a deal. Oh shit. Oh, duplicate. What? It is worse than mine. Finally made it to the Coven Refuge. There's a quest to like turn in over here as well. I think we logged in about like level 44 or like 43. I'm not necessarily sure, but this is going to be it from me when it comes to like part 3. Thank you for watching, YouTube. I'll catch you next time, and the next time we're gonna do Bastion of Chaos one more time. We'll do Porch Valerie, and then also I think I'm gonna actually like finish the entire veteran difficulty Ashes of Malmouth. We'll see. We might even like go ahead and do like an Ancient Grove. Ancient Grove is going to be extremely difficult compared to the rogue dungeons that we have done so far. This is from part 3. Thank you, dudes.